Hello everyone, how's it going? I hope it's doing alright. I'm guessing by the time you guys hear this, it will either already be the end of the 4th of July or still going on. Hopefully, still going on. Anyways, if so, I hope you guys are enjoying it. Because, you know, I gotta be honest, I'm not exactly feeling all that patriotic recently, which is a little weird because normally, 4th of July is one of my favorite holidays, but I don't know. I guess it's just a little out of it, especially in recent years, because I don't know, just going into politics and all that shit. I think we can all agree that a little less of that will probably do us some good. Not that not that discussing politics is inherently a bad thing. It's just that well, it seems we've been listening a little bit too much about that recently, but for a reason, it's just that it's kind of, I don't want to say inevitable, but I will say kind of ubiquitous to the point where if we could just shut up for a moment and actually, talk about something else for a while, it'd be great. So, I think all I'll really say about this is if you saw the last, the more recent debate between the two, between the Republican and the Democrat candidate, and I'm not even gonna bother saying their names at this point because honestly, I think most of us right now are thinking, who cares? At this point, we're just voting for freaking vice presidents at this point because, well, we know those Jew chuckle nuts aren't gonna last for that long, which is a little disappointing. But at the same time, it's a difference between, let's continue on the same route we've been going to. It's kind of doing alright, but not exactly that satisfying, versus, say, the destruction of all the things that we hold dear in this country and everything. Like, seriously, like, on my feed, I've been asking, oh my goodness, if the Republican guy wins, we become Nazi Germany and I'm moving out. And I'm like, okay, first off, we said the same thing the last time that chuckle nut got into office. You're not going to do that. Second off, even if that's the case, at least I'm declaring that I'm staying here for ill or ilk or whatever. Mostly because, I'm probably the kind of guy where it's like, you know, this is my house. I have to defend it. And yeah, I actually do have a freaking firearm to do that. And a lot of people I know have apparently bought a firearm for the first time in their lives with the express intention of using it in case of an emergency. But I doubt that's going to happen. But still, you know, it kind of brings up all that, you know, sentiment. So I think all the less that's said about that, the better. I try to be an optimist in the sense of it's all gonna be fine. Like, not in the sense of, let's ignore the reality of the situation because we do have to confront that. But we like, what can we actually do outside of voting or asking for people to actually consider the reality of the situation? Because apparently some people don't even like living in reality. I mean, look at me. There's a reason why I don't show my face because not a lot of people want to acknowledge that there's a mug behind this or that there's a hand going on in this, that there's a hand moving these, what you're seeing right now. Yeah, by the way, it's like they'd rather escape to it. But here's the thing. I think in regards to, like I mentioned before in the Civil War video, this actually does kind of affect my project that I've been working since. Well, how long has it been since the start of the and then since the start of the pandemic? No, even before that. Like, I've been working on this thing since before the pandemic. Holy crap! Like, I thought I had like a finished product, and then I decided, you know what, we can make this better. We should do this better. And then the pandemic hit, and I'm like, okay, Now we're probably gonna have to, address the what just happened through this, and I'm like, great, exactly great. I think we have something that'll actually resonate with people, and then because of one tiny thing, or multiple tiny things, I suppose, because it's most of it, suddenly the whole thing could potentially go down the drain, and I don't want to do that. I'm gonna say, look, this is the book, this is the story I want to make, this is what I want to write, this is what I want to make. I have my reasons for making with this. And if you say that that is illegal, well, I'm gonna have a, well, I'd like to argue the contrary. There's a reason why my Twitter banner is the Gonzalez flag, but with a book in it, because I intend on, that's something I actually feel strongly about, like in terms of literature. So you guys kind of already know what my deal is there. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just gonna. But until that happens, or if, and that's a big old if that happens, it's like, it's like we'd have to like seriously screw up real bad, like worse than we screwed up already. Which I know it's very hard to tempt fate and say, it's very possible that they could screw it up bad. I don't know if they will, but I hope they don't. But I'm gonna try and be an optimist and say, hey, people remembered exactly how it happened, and hopefully it's like, hopefully they realize, maybe you can choose a different candidate. Because I know for a fact that there's a libertarian candidate out there. Hold on. Because I know it's like this country is known for the. Because I know this country is known for the two party system, but there are other candidates. Let's see what else is there. Okay, Robert. I know there was another guy. Okay, so he's not appearing on here, but I know for a fact that. Okay, there we go. Chase Oliver. Chase Oliver. That's the guy. So this is and I think what's interesting about him is that apparently he's like the first outspoken gay candidate, which is interesting. But yeah, if you, it's like there's another option, Chase Oliver, and that guy got everyone to like. That's interesting, which is weird, but interesting. Like good for them. Good for them. They're being a little progressive, I guess. Oh, but yeah, like it said, it's like you're not. I think we're gonna leave it at that. I think you guys know my affiliations politically, and if you're not, take a hint. Um, yeah, I don't know my past videos, so I don't think I'll dwell on it too much. I got other stuff to talk about. So, as you guys are currently seeing right now, I am basically working on the artwork my for my book, and I decided to do this for multiple reasons. Primarily because the artist I was working with, well, let's just say things didn't exactly work out. I still ended up paying them, but I don't think I'll be able to use any of their work on this. But I'm a believer of a person where it's like you did the labor that was asked of you. You at least get paid because that's time wasted for the both of us. But at the same time, it's like it's like this is a project that I've really been working on, and I really want this to succeed. Oh my god, my nose is clogging up. I'm sorry. That's always been an issue. So, I really want to put my best foot forward, so I figured, you know what, I'll do the art on my own. Man. Well, let's just say I don't want to show the other person's art, but let's just say it's not exactly I don't think it would represent the story all that well. And I really want the art to complement the story. By the way, if you're asking why I wrote that right now, it's because I know a lot of people tend to use uh, videos like this for AI art, and I figured, you know what? Let's try and mess with them a little, and there's I think we can consider this like something for any other aspiring artists, where it's like, um, art is not really all that hard. Like I've studied art on my own. Like the way I studied it, god damn it, hands are really hard. Like the way I studied it when I was a little kid, I just I started out with those how to draw books because I really rather wanted to learn how to draw. God damn it, I'll just leave the hands for later because I really wanted to learn how to draw on my own. Okay, I'm just looking at my hand right now. So I picked up one of those how to draw books, and I just started, kind of just following the instructions. And then once I got a real handle on it, I just started, it wasn't even so much like drawing for the sake of improving. It was more just drawing for my own sake. For example, um, so you know how I don't know. During school, you're always taking notes. Like, so most people obviously will just write out their notes. Others know, and this is probably something some of you guys probably did. Um, will probably like draw things on the notes. Probably because drawing out your notes is a little bit easier than, say, writing it all out. And that's sort of what I did. I prefer drawing out my notes. That looks like better. It looks better, I guess. Not too much. Yeah, so it's just me messing around with one hand. Holy crap. But yeah, if you probably again if you draw most of your notes, then you probably already have an understanding of it. Anyways, I kind of just like I said, I drew out my notes, so I kind of had a little bit of practice. Then I started watching those online tutorials on how to draw. If you guys have ever heard of Mark Crilly, then you probably already. I'll probably leave a link somewhere in the doobly-doo right there. Right there. I'll probably leave something there. But yeah, I used to be one of those people that just watch tutorials online on YouTube, and then I, practice a little bit of what was shown. Maybe not directly, but I did practice a little. And then after a while, I kind of just decided, you know what? I'll take an art class in school because, if you grew up in that era, art classes were kind of mandatory. And in the sense that you had to take at least some level of art, you know, for credits or whatever for graduation credits. Anyways, one of the things so I decided, you know what, I'll take computer graphics. Computer graphics seems interesting. You know, I worked with MS Paint, and that's sort of where I started to get some real. Started applying what I learned a little bit. Here's the interesting part, though. So you know how I don't know if you've heard of art instruction schools or whatever. You've probably seen the ads. You know, the ones where they have you do like the bear or the pirate or the dog. You know, kind of drawing. I did a drawing like that. I chose the pirate for some reason, and apparently I impressed some of the one of the scouts or whatever, so much that they decided that they wanted to see if I was open to doing a scholarship if I could do their art, uh, to see if I could do another test like that, but for them. And you know, like I know my dad was excited about it, but because my mom didn't live there, and they're like, wait a minute, seems like a decision that has to be made between the two parents. And my mom said no. Now, you'd think normally that would be kind of a bum deal. It's like, why? Why? Why wouldn't you let me do art, Mom? Like, it seems like one of those depressing, my mom didn't believe me kinds of stories, but it's actually quite the opposite. It was actually more a case of my mom thinking, hang on, hang on, son. If they're willing to say, you know, uh, offer you this much money for what you can do right now, all they're really gonna do is just take credit for your own development. Like if you are able to get good at art at this level, at this age, how good at it do you think you can get on your own? So it was more of a, I guess it was more of a motivational factor there, where it's like, yeah, I can probably improve on my own. I probably didn't, which was maybe a good thing. However, I did eventually take other art classes when I did go to college, and from there I kind of just regularly started drawing on a tab. In fact, most of what you see in the background right now, let me just erase this layer for a second. Most of that was done on a sketch pad, so I kind of already had most of the stuff figured out. I just needed to put this in digital form so that I can put it into, you know. And like I said, it's probably a little depressing that I'm figuring this out now rather than say, I don't know. It's kind of depressing that I'm kind of just doing this stuff now rather than say, I don't know. It's kind of weird that I'm suddenly decided to like I had to invest. I gotta be honest. I paid the artist about $500, which you know that's money on the drain for me because I didn't end up even using the art. Instead, I decided to get Clip Studio art. So this is mostly Clip Studio art right now. Like that's the program I'm using. You can see it right now on screen. That's what I'm doing. Scratching my nose. Anyways, you can see right now that I'm doing this on Huion Canvas tablet. I don't know what the name of this thing is. Anyways, let's. I forget the name of this thing, but basically it's yeah, it's a Huion Canvas 13 or 14. I forget the number. But yeah, basically, I got this. I got the professional grade. I can see a second monitor. That kind of crap. And I'm do. Look at this. I'm drawing on a digital canvas, and all of that combined costs me about $120. This is a refurbished tablet, by the way. It's like normally these things cost about $200. I got one refurbished um, for like half price, and it's like the original intent was I wanted to save money and I wanted to give another artist a chance to show me what they got. And well, let's just say they showed me what they got, and I realized, you know what, maybe it's just better if you don't, and maybe practice a little bit more. Which I know kind of sounds like a dickbag move, but again, this is like the art where it's like this stuff is gonna stick with this is the stuff that's gonna stick with the reader for a long time. Like if I showed like this is the stuff where it's like you're gonna see this in the final product. It's like I gotta at least show something. It's like I care a lot about this enough to say it needs to be better. And here we are. And yeah, I could probably improve a little bit on that, but it's like let's just say like it's like if I showed you the other person's art style, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, instantly, yeah, anything is better than this." And I don't want to have to, put another person down like that. Although I probably am just by not showing you their art style. But trust me when I say this is probably for the best. So yeah, that's kind of what's so yeah, that's something I've been working on for a while, and I figured I need to get this done at least by the end of July. That way I can focus on other stuff that I want to do. Just gonna push out these eyebrows. Hmm. I don't know. I'm trying to make this look 40. I don't know what you guys think. Tell me in the comments. Does this look 40 to you? Does this look a little too ancient? Yeah, I might want to bulb out the head a little here. By the way, give me suggestions on what you write down here, because right now all I can think of is food emblems, which is weird because I've already eaten. Hmm. I don't know. Maybe it looks a little. How do I make this look bonier? Hmm. I don't know. I might show you a sped up version of this, but you guys kind of get what I'm doing. Anyhow, so yeah, that's what's been going on. I know I haven't been uploading any other things, and that's mostly because most of the time recently has been spent how do I say fixing up my car because you know how they tell YouTubers, hey, go get a real job or do Uber or whatever. Well, I have a real job, and I do Uber as well. And guess what? That's still not enough. Like, I just finished paying my freaking water bill, man. I need water. Like, I need water to live. And freaking, yeah, it's like they're making it work for that. And I'm like, and yeah, it's like it's hard to get, it's hard to get paid in this country, man. Okay, here's the thing that was bugging me, I think. Oh yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, like I said, it's hard to get paid in this country, so I don't know. May I've been and I've been trying to get a lot of money, but the problem is that my car needs some repairs. And, it's like it's hard to make a living in this country when most of your when the way you make money is dependent on owning a vehicle, or I guess operating one, just to get to work and just to actually earn money. It's also worth noting that I'm not exactly I don't exactly have the fairest driving record, to be honest. That's not to say that I'm a reckless driver, but well, let's just say I've had to certify that I at least know the rules of the road recently, and well, I learned some tips and tricks, thankfully, but tell the tell the court that if you guys could tell the court that, I'd be really grateful, because I don't think they got my Okay, so basically I've had to do like what's the name a defensive driving course. And yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff that I learned from that. Honestly, like you'd think for one of those tropey things that you've seen on television, where I got stopped by the cops. Now I got to do a driving course. This is gonna be so lame. But it's like, and yeah, it is kind of lame in the presentation. But some of the stuff that they actually do show in these presentations, because I chose to do the video, um, the video course, where basically just you go to a website, they tell you, hey, log in within this time frame, and we'll do the lesson. That it's at your own pace. You can knock it out in like a week, and it's like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, honestly. Like, no complaints on my behalf. Huh. Okay, maybe that. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, it was an interesting little lesson, and I did learn a couple of things. Like for example, I guess the best way to say, I guess the best way to put it, like they did show, like you know, when you're changing lanes, you can't just stall for a little bit. If you're gonna take an action, you gotta which it's a little weird in the context of a whatchamacallits. Okay, let me see if I can illustrate it here. Okay, so like if you know for a fact that you have more than enough space, that you have more than enough space to like say change lanes, and there's like say some piece of debris that's on the middle of the road, you know for a fact you're gonna have to change in there, you gotta be able to do that pretty damn quickly. So what they want you to do is like do like a quick twist left and right in this case, like just half twist and a half twist back or whatever. But it's like it seems shaky, it seems a little counterintuitive, but yeah, like they want you to be able to react quickly to these kinds of situations. And I just saw a video uh, from Bladed Angel. I don't know if you guys follow that guy, where he was basically just complaining about how, with some of the self-driving stuff in there, like the way the computers are set up, it's like they want you to stick with the lane you're in, regardless of whether or not there's debris in there. Where it's like, if there's debris, it's just gonna try and hit the brakes as much as possible if it does detect it, which isn't exactly the most ideal situation. In this case, the ideal situation would be to change lanes quickly. And, turns out the human mind is capable of reacting that way a lot better than, say, a computer that probably doesn't have all of the programmed scenarios. Which I thought was pretty interesting because it's like, ah, crap. It's like there's an oversight in computer engineering that we overlooked. Oh no. It's like, score one for humanity, I guess. We're pretty crap at reacting to decisions, but we know how to make the right ones. Like this hand, I guess. I mean, that hand looks better. But, yeah. Like I said, this is what I've been working on. But, yeah, I kind of need to, like, figure out how to make some money because yeah, I'm like I said, I just paid my water bill, and that pretty much left me with nothing. And even though my paycheck is coming in by the next week, it doesn't register into my account until next week from now. And I need to eat. I need to be able to do something. So I don't know if you guys like this art style. I guess if you can even call it that, or if you guys want me to draw something like this, then I guess leave a like, subscribe, go to my Twitter and go to my DMs and request it. Request a drawing of something, I guess. I don't know. I haven't exactly figured out my pricings, but I know it's somewhere around 50, but hmm. Huh. But yeah, I don't know. I'll figure something out, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should do like some. Maybe I should do some like art raffles or something to earn some money. Not an art raffle, art commission or something like that. Like I said, I'm pretty good at art. I just don't think I'm that good, or at least I've seen people do better art than me. Maybe that's a self-deprecation talking, but yeah, like I said, I've seen people do better. But who knows? Maybe some people are like, "Oh man, your art would be awesome for this kind of thing or this kind of thing or something like that." Like I said, I'm decent at it, but I think other people should like. It's not something like ah, like it's one of those easy to learn, hard to master kind of thing, and I don't think I've yet mastered it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, I think I'll leave this. I think I'll leave this video for now. At least the recording. So yeah, let me know what you guys think so far. And if you guys have any suggestions for what I should do for the next video, I'm thinking of maybe going back into video games, maybe trying something out. I don't know if you guys got any recommendations for what I should play. Thinking maybe uh, MVC for Switch, or maybe just going back to Wii Sports for a try. But yeah, you know. Until then, this is me saying thank you for being smart. Sayonara.